Hey guys, Bobry18 here, and welcome to a random gameplay of Zelda the Minish Cap. Legend of Zelda the Minish Cap. Either way. Anyway, I'm not sure why I don't have a file on here. I'm playing this on my Wii U because, again, yeah, I just sort of looked through my Wii U Virtual Console library to see which games I would want to make a random gameplay on, and this one popped up. I swear that I have actually done, like, I've played through this game on the Virtual Console before. I don't know why there's not a file. It's kind of weird. But anyway, we're just gonna start. I just used my actual name because why not? I guess I could have used Bobry like I did in Majora's Mask, but it kind of was just my fingers were just sort of on autoplay when I was like typing in the name, and I usually just type in my name whenever I'm playing a Zelda game because, or Link if it's like another playthrough and I feel like. But anyway, basically the story of this game is the world was in danger, so the tiny people known as the Picori, they delivered a sword, and the hero used the sword to drive out the darkness, stuff like that, pretty much. Then they put the sword in a chest and sealed it away for some reason. I don't actually know why. It's kind of a weird story, but it's Zelda. What do you expect? Um, yeah, so I think this is probably one of the most underrated Zelda games of all time. Like, I literally never hear anybody talk about it. I don't know. Like, I hear people talk about the DS Zelda games more than I talk about this one, and I think those are pretty underrated too. Even though I haven't actually played that much of either of them, but I've heard they're pretty good. But they seem still underrated because I don't hear that many people talk about them. And yeah, I'm probably not actually going to read the text here, and I probably should have made it fast text too. Although I can just hold B to make it fast, because yeah. But I don't know. I just feel like nobody ever talks about this game, and it's a really good game. It was actually just the second Zelda game I ever played after Majora's Mask. Well, no, I think I played Ocarina of Time after Majora's Mask because they were both on the Virtual Console, but I think this was the actual second one I actually finished. So that's yeah. And I didn't mean to do that. Okay, I apparently don't have the buttons set to things that I want to actually have them set them to. Sorry if that ruined your experience of the game when I brought up the menu there, but yeah, I don't know. I probably have a bias to liking this game better, or better than like other Zelda games. I don't know. I totally just picked this game at random because my parents asked me like, what game do you want for your birthday? Like any game at all. We buy you any game at all for your birthday, and it was like my birthday in 2012, I think, maybe, because that would have been after I played Majora's Mask, maybe 2013, I'm not positive. So I just literally looked, and I looked, what Zelda games look interesting that I haven't played yet? Spirit Tracks? No. Phantom Hourglass? No. Wind Waker? No. I just saw, like, the Minish Cap, and I just saw it was, like, one of the two only GBA Zelda games, and I'm like, this sounds cool. And yeah, I picked a Zelda game because I was trying to get into more Zelda, I guess, because after Majora's Mask, then I was like, oh, well, every Zelda game will be like this, right, guys? Right? And then, no, that's the only Zelda game that's actually like that. Every other one follows pretty much the same plot. But again, this one is different like that because it uses a really cool mechanic that I actually kind of like. Oh, and I guess the Oracle games are also kind of underrated. I've only played fully Oracle of Age, yeah, Oracle of Ages, but I really liked it though. I liked it better than Link's Awakening actually, but yeah. Anyway, we have a festival here. I guess I could explain a bit of what we're actually doing. So we're going to a festival because I guess they're celebrating like the Picori, the people that made the sword to save the town. And apparently Zelda is very ADHD here or something because she keeps running from one thing to the next. And you basically just have to keep following her and make sure that she doesn't get into that much trouble. The text really isn't that important, but once you get to here, you actually win, or she wins, and she gets a choice of 3 prizes. Either a heart container, or heart-shaped stone, whatever you want to talk about it. A magnificent gem, and I'm pretty sure that represents either 100 or 200 rupees in the actual game. And then a tiny shield. Now, what do you think Zelda is going to pick? Like, the plot-specific item, or the item that would actually help us? No, she picks the plot-specific item, which is the shield, because it's so adorable. Why would you want that ugly thing? Why'd you put it on display if you don't want to give it away? This is, I don't know. But yeah, I'll probably get up to the point where it actually shows off the really cool mechanic in this game in case you haven't really seen the game or guessed by now, because it deals with a race of very tiny people. Then you might actually guess what the mechanic is. But let me just say that when we get into it, or when I think I'll probably get up to that point in the game to show it later, especially if I'm just mashing through the text, then you'll see it and it's actually pretty cool. I even think it's cooler than both of the Oracle mechanics, you know, like the changing of the ages or changing the seasons and Oracle of Seasons. But yeah, if only we had something to block those nuts. I wonder, can I use my Deku Shield? Or Deku Shield. This isn't Ocarina of Time. See how overrated it is? It's just rubbing off on me so entirely. Can we use our shield, which actually, this is based on the graphics sort of from Wind Waker, so it uses, that's technically Toon Link there, even though it doesn't really look like it. And the Deku Scrubs, they're also based on their Wind Waker appearance? Were there Deku Scrubs even in Wind Waker? I forget. I don't think there were. That's weird. Anyway, then I guess their appearance is based off of Ocarina of Time / Majora's Mask, which I guess is accurate because that's sort of what the business scrubs looked like in Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time, except they were like bad, like floaty hair, I guess, and he just went back underground. And there's the sword that we saw at the beginning, that plot-specific sword, the Picori blade. And look at it, you can just see like the sprite of the sword just, it's not even centered in the box. That just always bugged me for some reason. Of course it bugged me. OCD. Yeah, one of the, like, 2 times you actually see the King of Hyrule in games. Although he's not very specific, or not very important to the plot in this game. He just sort of sends you on your adventure. Unlike in Wind Waker, where he's like very important. I won't really spoil it, but yeah, he's pretty important in that game. And gee, I wonder, is the purple guy the bad guy? I have no idea. And, you know, this always sort of bothered me too. Like, the guards are attacking him, and he's the guy that won the contest to fairly get the sword. Yeah, he's even saying not to. He is the victor, so don't interfere with him. So I don't know why the guards are doing this to him. I guess they like sense evil in him. But if they did that, why didn't they like not let him win or something? I don't know. That's weird. But you open the chest now, that is bad, and he released a bunch of demons. I have to wonder why there are a bunch of demons in a sacred treasure chest with a sacred sword on top of it. And then he just becomes all sorts of evil, and he wants what's in the box, okay? If you want those many demons, then sure. Link just puts up his tiny shield to try and stop it, but no. He turns Zelda into stone, and that's pretty much what she's going to be doing for the rest of the game. She's basically as useless as Peach is in this game, which I don't really think that it's that bad, considering she usually doesn't do much unless it's Ocarina of Time. Or I guess I could say she's about as important to the plot as Zelda was in Majora's Mask. Although she is kind of important in the plot technically, because she gives Link his ocarina in that game technically, if you like the flashback scene. But other than that, she's not that important. And I guess she sort of does set off the plot here, because she's like the reason that we're going to try and get, we're trying to restore the Picori blade, or maybe that hasn't been said yet. I'm kind of mashing through the text just because I don't really care. It's just a random gameplay, but apparently we have to go to the Minish Woods, because that's where the Picori are. The Picori are also called Minish. I have no idea if those names, like, actually interact. It probably does, like, in Japanese or something. Like, Picori probably means, like, small or something. Then maybe Minish is, like a synonym for that or something. Or I'm trying to think if Minish has, like, it feels like it's something similar to, like, like, an actual English word meaning small, but I can't really think of anything like that. And anyway, we just have to go to Deeper Shrine, because I guess that's where the first element is. And yeah, that's pretty much what we're doing in this game. You pretty much get plot at the beginning like this, and then they just sort of send you on your way. And then you just go for the rest of the elements. In a way, it's almost like Majora's Mask, where you just sort of get plot at the beginning, and then all throughout the game, you just, you you go on side quest, and then there's just like 4 or 5. I think there's actually 5. No, there's only 4 elements, but I'm pretty sure you go through like 5 or 6 dungeons to actually get all the elements. Yeah, and like that, it's like Majora's Mask, where there's like 4 like things that you have to get, and then you get plot at the beginning. You're told to go get them, and then you just have free reign to just go get them. And then that's pretty much it. You don't really get that much plot in between. I mean, you get more plot in between in this game than I think you do in like in Majora's Mask, but it's not that much more. And even if you do, it's just like backstory to like Fadi or like other stuff like that. Also, notice Link doesn't have a hat. That's sort of important for something. It's kind of a weird thing, but it's definitely one of my favorite things about this game as well. And you'll see when we get there, because I will probably get there in this part. We definitely will get there in this part. Yeah, so what was I saying? Oh, yeah. Unlike Majora's Mask, though, this game does have, like, it has side quests, but they're more mandatory side quests than anything. Like, it has, like, the basic mechanics of this game are, like, have a dungeon, then have a really, really long side quest to get to the next dungeon, then have the dungeon, and then have, like, another dungeon, like, right in a row, usually, and then have a giant side quest dungeon, giant side quest dungeon, and stuff like that. I don't know, it just seems almost unnecessary, but I still like it, just because I do like side questing games, even though they're not really side quests, I guess, in this game, because they are required. But, they're not really that tedious, although some people will tell you otherwise. Like, there's a side quest where you have to go around the world looking for books to bring back to the library, so I guess I can kind of see where they come from, but at the same time, it's not really that bad, in my opinion. Also, right here is something kind of cryptic, like, well, not I guess that cryptic. You obviously can't go in here because you're not that small. So then I guess your next instinct would be to go over here. So maybe it's not that cryptic, but once you come over here, you find that this hat or duck thing that kind of looks like a hat is being attacked by Octoroks. Obviously, he can't defend himself because he doesn't have hands. But before you do that, come over here because there's a piece of heart. Just thought I'd point that out because there's this. Yeah, that's pretty much the Deep Road Shrine right there. But we obviously can't shrink down to get into it because we're not tiny. I wonder if we will get tiny. Maybe the specific looking stump has anything to do with it. No, that's just for changing the seasons, isn't it? Because that's what you do in Warclove seasons, right? Yeah, okay. And look it is the guy again. What do you want? Don't just stand there, do something. No, Link, I'm just going to stand here and watch while you get pummeled, although they come right after Link, so what do you have to say actually? What are you doing? Are you going to finish them off? No, I'm just gonna leave you here dying. Can I actually? Oh, you can actually leave. That's kind of And that's that. I couldn't handle myself. We're looking for the Picori / Minish / whatever. Yeah, Vadi's the cause of all of our problems in the world. Just blame everything on Vadi. It's okay. Oh, you are Eslo, not Elzo or whatever people call it. It's Eslo, not Elzo or Ialzo or whatever people call it. It is Eslo. It is not that hard to pronounce, and I hate when people mispronounce his name. Not just because he's my favorite Zelda companion, either. Because if you actually play the full game, you will see that he is one of the most... He's definitely probably the most, not exquisite, but like, he's probably the most vibrant of all the Zelda partners. Although most people like mid-bitter for some reason, I have no idea why, but anyway, he's basically also, as you see, we wear him like a hat, and when he's not actually talking, he just looks like Link does in like the like Four Swords Adventure, or not Four Swords Adventure, just Four Swords. As you can see, it's just like a regular hat. This game comes at the very beginning of the Zelda timeline, and I have to believe that one, well, it's probably to explain the origins of Vadi, and two, it's probably to explain the origins of how Link got his hat. Although, Eslo actually isn't his, like, hat in the long span of time. He's just, like, filling in for his hat. Well, if you actually finish the game, you'll see how he actually gets his hat, but... Now we're small because why not? That's the mechanic that I said would come into play in this game. That and we're definitely not going to get to it because it doesn't actually appear until you finish the dungeon, or the first dungeon. But there's a thing called kinstones, and you can like fuse them with other people. It's basically like I guess that's sort of like a side quest in this game, or multiple side quests. You basically just find kinstones to like fuse with people. And how did I fall in the water there? I was on the lily pad. You should probably just actually leaves, considering the size we're at. Oh my god, get on the thing. There, okay. But yeah, that's probably like the biggest side quest in this game, and it's not, I mean, it is optional, although there are some mandatory kinstone fusions, but most of them aren't like mandatory, and you actually get, if you, they pretty much happen with just random people. I don't know, it's sort of hard to explain, like some of them are random, but some of them aren't. And they're actually run by Tingle. Yeah, Tingle is in this game, obviously, because like it's sort of based off Wind Waker, and Tingle was in that game. In fact, all of his like slaves slash brothers are also in this game as well. Like the white one, the purple one, the orange one. I don't know. I don't remember all their names. I just know that they are in this game. But if you get all the kinstone fusions, you actually get a Tingle like a Tingle statue, which is pretty cool, and it's something I thought I did on the Virtual Console version, but apparently no, I've only done it on the Game Boy version, which is weird, because I know I've 100%ed this version before, but I guess it didn't keep my save file for some reason. That's weird. Anyway, we're almost up to like 18 minutes, which is when I usually like to stop the video, around a little less than 20 minutes. So I guess we'll show off getting to the first dungeon, and then we'll just stop there, because I don't need to do the whole first dungeon in this part. But yeah, we basically just have to come in here, get a nut that lets us speak to the Pikari slash Minish. I was going to say the Kokiri for a minute, and we ate the Jabbernut, even though it's hiding in front of our face. Okay, sure. We ate it though, trust me. Link knows. Yeah, that's pretty much this game. I probably talked a lot about it, and yeah, most of the text that I've actually skipped isn't really that important, to be honest, but I'm just glad that I got to explain what I want to explain about this game. Wait, what? So you've eaten the Jabbernut and now you can understand us. Sorry, but I know a little about... Oh, we have to go talk to the Elder. Yeah, some of the triggers in this game can also be kind of weird, because especially later in the game, like the really big side quests that I was talking about, sometimes there's things in those side quests that I really don't understand how to trigger, and it's weird, but I don't know. We basically have to talk to the Elder here, and his staff is a pin needle. That is just little touches like that in this game that you see when you're small. It just makes it even more. It just makes it even better of a game than I was gushing about before. And yeah, I'm probably gushing about that this game is good, because it is good. I really like this game, and I don't know why people don't talk about it more. I mean, it's on the Wii U Virtual Console. It must have some recognition. They even done that with like Four Swords, although Four Swords is on the 3DS, like as a remastered sort of thing. But still, I don't know if people deserve to talk about this more, because it's a good game. I didn't mean to go back in there. But yeah, the first dungeon is pretty much right up here, and if you didn't get that piece of heart before and you tried to get over here now, you couldn't get it because you're small, and I guess Link can't pick up a giant piece of heart for some reason. But this is the first dungeon, and I won't enter it just to save you spoilers or whatever. But that's going to be it for this random gameplay. We got up to like the first dungeon. So yeah, definitely play this game if you can. It's like I said, it's on the Wii U Virtual Console, or you could try and get a Game Boy copy. I actually have both because I really like this game. But yeah, I definitely think it deserves more recognition, so please play it if you can. You won't be disappointed. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you later.